Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back here with the second part of Dyslexia Sundays. I hope you enjoy it, and can't have much to say for the intro, but the point of these videos, I suppose, is to inspire, motivate, and encourage my fellow dyslexics, and hopefully have a bit of fun as well. And I hope to talk about some of my dreams for dyslexics and what we hopefully can achieve in the future and that kind of thing. So, if you have any comments, as ever, please let me know in the comment section. And here goes. So number 11, I hope to change perceptions of dyslexia and see what we can change. As I often say, so what dyslexics think about themselves and what other people learn about us. I hope that we can showcase some stats, which are, some of them might be negative at the moment, but hopefully we can turn them into positives. And also I'd love to know from people out there, from as many people as possible. So I hope people get involved in the comment section, both on Facebook and YouTube. How do you think we could change the perceptions of dyslexia, and how do you think we could change dyslexics' lives? For instance, inspiring them, helping them to think more confidently, positively about themselves and the world and life and things like that. I think Richard Branson does some really good work in terms of talking about changing the perceptions of dyslexia and to think differently about dyslexia and that kind of thing. Made by Dyslexia is an excellent organisation, as too is the Dyslexic Advantage and many others. And I would love to bring them together, so dyslexic individuals and organisations, associations, charities, NGOs and whatnot, to all come together, everyone who's affected by dyslexia in some way, either negatively or positively, to come together and hopefully make things as positive as possible. So hopefully in the future, children will be inspired, children with dyslexia, of course, especially, and adults as well, but children will be inspired, successful adults, by starting from the youngest possible age, learning about dyslexia, success stories, things like that. And I hope we can come together to inspire each other and support each other and change the narrative for dyslexics. It's a big word for me, but yeah, changing the story of dyslexics. I'd love to hear from different dyslexic people's stories, life experiences and things like that. Seeing how we can get more dyslexics to express themselves, even on writing, to believe in themselves that they can write and things like that. So even in writing, to talk about their stories and things like that. So yeah, I hope to hear from dyslexic stories and things like that, from as many dyslexics as possible, and bring dyslexics together so we can collaborate on projects and support each other. The Festival of Dyslexic Culture is another organisation I forgot to mention on Fridays. Due to my alliterations, I would have said Festival of Dyslexic Culture if I remembered, and there are many others as well, which I hope to all bring together and collaborate and support each other's projects and things like that. Number 12, I hope to hear from more success stories of dyslexics and around dyslexia. As I say, people like Richard Branson, Barbara Corcoran, Damon John, Kevin O'Leary and others who talk about, in many cases, talk about, like Kevin O'Leary was talking about dyslexia being his superpower, and hopefully that will inspire a lot of people to think of dyslexia as a positive thing, even a superpower in many ways for many people. Although it does have its negatives, hopefully people will focus more on the positives and what we can do rather than what we can't do. Which reminds me of an idea, actually, I almost forgot, which is a lot of teachers and parents, schools, teachers, parents, and the wider society, as I often say, look at what you can't do in life. And I think it'd be cool if people just generally looked at what people can do and not what they can't do. So if you can't read or write or spell very well, maybe there's something else you can do. And I suppose that goes beyond just dyslexia to things like people in a wheelchair, or people who are blind, or people who have other problems, just generally, or people who have weaknesses. I think we all probably have weaknesses and strengths, so I think it'd be good to focus more on the strengths people have, and I hope in the future people will do that, especially for dyslexics, as this is a group I'm focusing on mostly right now, also if not solely. Number 13, having said that, we do have struggles, and I think it'd be interesting to hear from dyslexics about the struggles, as I often mention. I know I mentioned that yesterday, and I probably mentioned it a few times. I know I'm very repetitive, but I think it's important to hear from some of the struggles we have, some of the challenges and problems, issues we have, and that kind of thing, so we can sort of address those issues. And for Halloween, I hope that we will make many scary masks, costumes, and things like that, which we can sell to companies and also stories, pictures, and all sorts of things that are scary and creepy and whatnot, to try and monetize them and make a positive out of our imagination, and that kind of thing. I know a lot of religious people would say that it's pagan and all that, but I hope we can make positive from Halloween and things like that. Number 14, problem solving, which is another strength of dyslexics. I hope more people find out about what we can do to solve problems. I was thinking recently it would be quite interesting if dyslexics all around the world looked at how we can solve as many problems. I was even thinking, like, what if we could solve every problem that the world faces? But maybe that's a bit too ambitious even for me. But if I'm really dreaming, I'd love for us to solve every problem that the world has. But it'd be cool if we could solve as many problems as possible, as well as possible. I think that's something that would be pretty cool. I know that's quite broad or generic or whatnot, a bit vague, shall we say. But it'd be cool if we could solve as many problems as possible, as soon as possible, as well as possible, and things like that, and monetized such. I mean, some Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad Poor Dad said, if you want to make $1 million, you have to solve $1 million problem. So I think problem solving is a pretty cool skill that dyslexics have, which many say we have. Number 15, goal setting. As I often say, like, it'd be cool if dyslexics, again, by networking together as many dyslexic individuals and organizations, charities, NGOs and whatnot, I think it'd be pretty cool if we looked at how we could help each other set and achieve big goals, and have each other, again, if we have each other's backs, then maybe we can start to believe in ourselves and each other and work together as a community. Again, I know I've mentioned this before a while back, but if dyslexics were a country, we would be probably the second or third, or even the biggest country if we were all like one country, one population. So if we work together, I think we can achieve a great deal, and companies might want to invest in us and give us discounts and support us, so we can buy things in bulk and hopefully get things for cheaper as well, which is another thing which would hopefully empower us. But as I say, I hope we can achieve our goals. I hope dyslexics will help me with projects I wish to achieve, as I say, of supporting Italian football, Celtic, and emerging market economies, developing nations, former colonies, and that kind of thing. Soccer or calcio, as I say, for any Americans or Italians out there, and showcasing what we can do for those groups. And also, I hope for a mutual benefit. I hope Italian football will also help dyslexics, and also Celtic will help dyslexics. Like the foundation, hopefully can help dyslexic business people and help dyslexics to start their own businesses and things like that, and just invest in dyslexics, including, as I say, in developing nations or former colonies and things like that. Number 16, I would love to have, as I say, committees, think tanks, brainstorms, networks, cooperatives, whatever you want to call them, and that kind of thing, which looks at the best ways to support and empower dyslexics. And I welcome and appreciate all possible advice on how to empower dyslexics, how to support dyslexics as much as possible. 17, another thing that dyslexics are really good at is imagination, and we have many skills, which I hope, again, people will find out about dyslexic skills and that kind of thing. Number 18, and again, positive stories, success stories, and things like that amongst dyslexic people. Number 19, and also in different fields and careers, like dyslexics in software development. And number 20, also in STEM. And I hope older dyslexics, as I say, support and encourage younger dyslexics. And I'd love to know what you think about dyslexic skills and what skills we have and things like that. And if you're dyslexic, what imaginations you have, what strengths you have, and some positives you think about being dyslexic. I think it's pretty cool to be part of a community where other people share things in common with you, and I hope we can support each other's projects. And I'm going to stop waffling, and I'm out. Peace and love.